This video will be on the 1920s baseball era. We will talk about certain players during this time in baseball, such as Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, and Lou Gehrig. Also, how both the radio and the newspaper made baseball bigger. Also, we'll talk about the Negro Leagues and baseball stadiums, which are also called coliseums. Two words describe what baseball was in the 1920s. The name for this is the Golden Age. The 1920s in baseball is widely known because of Babe Ruth. In 1920, the Red Sox sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees for $125,000. Due to his hitting power, the Yankees moved him from pitcher to the outfield. In Babe Ruth's career, he hit 714 home runs and had a batting average of .42 in 2,503 games. As a pitcher, Ruth won 94 games and lost 42 with an ERA of 2.82. Even though Babe Ruth is known for his batting skills, he also had a bad temper. During the 1920s, Ty Cobb was starting to finish his baseball career. Even though Ty was a great player and a legendary player, he was disliked by the baseball world. On August 19, 1921, Cobb recorded his 3,000th career hit. He spent his whole career as a Detroit Tiger. In 1936, even though he wasn't liked by the baseball world, he received 222 of 226 votes to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. In 1961, Cobbs died. Lou Gehrig didn't start his career until 1925, but he contributed a lot to baseball. For the first two seasons of his career, Gehrig played mostly as a pinch hitter. Gehrig is widely known for his 2,130 consecutive games. He stopped his consecutive record due to injury. This record was broken by Cal Ripken Jr. in 1995. Gehrig's stats as a player were 493 home runs, a batting average of .340 in 2,064 games. Lou Gehrig in 1938 started getting sick and was getting tired quicker. One of his bigger problems was when he got sick, his running ability slowed down, but he got to a point where he collapsed in the stadium. Much of this made Gehrig go to a doctor, and there he got diagnosed with ALS, which is better known as Lou Gehrig's disease, and after he found out, he made a speech, and is now inducted into the Hall of Fame. Lou Gehrig after died in 1941. The radio helped baseball because they would inform people of the games, as in highlights. Also, that's where you would get to hear baseball games. Also, in 1920, the newspaper had a sports section. This called baseball would have much more fame. The newspaper helped because the only sports talked about were mostly football and baseball. Major League Baseball in the 1920s consisted of 16 teams. Those teams were the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, Philadelphia Athletics, Washington Nationals, Detroit Tigers, Chicago White Sox, St. Louis Browns, the Boston Braves, the New York Giants, the Brooklyn Robins, Philadelphia Phillies, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Chicago Cubs, the St. Louis Cardinals, and the Cincinnati Reds. 1920s was a big part to baseball today. Like records set in the 1920s, which are not anymore, like Lou Gehrig's consecutive game record. Now, Cal Ripken Jr., which is now 2,632 consecutive games, which was set in 1995. Also, Babe Ruth's 714 home runs has now been beat from two other players, which are Hank Aaron with 755 home runs, which was set in 1974, but that record was later beat by Barry Bonds in 2006 and is now 700. Also, baseball consists of 30 baseball teams, which are the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Oakland A's, Oakland Athletics, Seattle Mariners, Texas Rangers, Cleveland Indians, Detroit Tigers, Minnesota Twins, Kansas City Royals, Chicago White Sox, Toronto Blue Jays, Baltimore Orioles, Tampa Bay Rays, Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, Atlanta Braves, Miami Marlins, Washington Nationals, New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies, Houston Astros, Milwaukee Brewers, Saint Louis Cardinals, Chicago Cubs, Pittsburgh Pirates, Cincinnati Reds, Arizona Diamondbacks, Los Angeles Angels, San Francisco Giants, San Diego Padres, and Colorado